Hello, everyone. My name is Eugenia. I am the founder of In the Group Chat. Welcome. I really hope you get to enjoy this episode with the amazing Bella. I wanted to start this platform to create those uncomfortable conversations in the group chat, the chats that we need to be having, the conversations that we need to be having with our friends, our family, etc. I wanted to get to the nitty gritty, the good, the bad, the ugly, and what better way to do it on a platform like a podcast. Now, today with me, guys, I have, drum roll please, the amazing Bella. She is such an inspiring soul, a young lady, an entrepreneur. But for those that don't know you, Bella, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Yes, I'm so excited to be on today's episode. But my name is Bella and I am a personal trainer, business owner, and basically an all-round bad bitch. But we're here today to talk about the stuff in the group chat. And I'm really excited to be here.
I'm so happy to have you. In the beginning of all my episodes, I like to get to kind of the foundation of maybe how you grew up, your earlier years in life, your pre-teens. Was there anything in your younger years that kind of formed the person that you are today, contributed to like all these factors?
Yeah, definitely. I think with anyone, everything that happens to you when you're younger affects you when you're older, right? But I think there's definitely things, good or bad, that led me to being the person I am today. I think my dad is literally one of the wisest people that I know. And he really taught me a lot of things that today, now when I'm older, I'm like, oh, that's what he was talking about, or that makes sense. So I had a lot of those moments when I was younger. And when I was younger, I always used to find them so irritating because he would just repeat stuff all the time. And you're just like, okay, I've heard this story 10,000 times and it hasn't changed the way I think about it. But then when you do get older and it does make sense. And I think I'm really grateful for those moments for sure, because like I said, it's made me who I am today. But then also some not so great things that I think, depending on how you deal with it, can either break you or make you. And I think luckily enough, I've been blessed to have dealt with those situations, maybe not at the time, but now definitely in a positive way. And they've shaped me in a better way to who I am today, rather than them knocking me down more and, just creating a cycle.
It's so mad because when you were talking about like the things that he was saying, it's the same with me. My dad would drill all this stuff in my head and I used to think, bro, like I'm 13, 14. What are you talking about? Like, and then life happens and then you're like,
it makes sense.
It makes sense. My desire in this podcast is to kind of, if I can, change or push at least one person to get into the field or the hobby or achieve the goal that they've always wanted to achieve. Now, it's been very hard for me personally trying to get into this, because when lockdown hit, everyone was kind of either finding new goals and new aspirations or like working out and doing this. And I had a full-time job. I was going to work, but then I'd come home and all I would do was like watch interviews and podcasts. And I thought, you know what? I can talk for flipping England. Like, let me do this. What was it when you were younger, or did something happen to you, or were you kind of like in a situation that you thought, I need to kind of get out of this and do my own thing? Like, what sparked that?
Okay, so I'm going to give you two stages, right? So I actually started working when I was 15. And the motivation behind that was, honestly, I was smoking weed, right, with me and my friend. And we was like, okay, we need money now to buy our own weed, right? Because she used to steal from her sister's weed. I used to steal from my dad's weed stash. And then it got to the point where, it was getting a bit obvious. So we was like, we need money.
Yeah.
And then I went and got a job and that was it. And I think after that, definitely with some influence of my dad of always to just kind of do your own thing. But I just felt like I knew that in my soul, I wasn't for a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I was more than that. And I feel like it showed. Like I'm someone where if my heart genuinely isn't in something, then it will just show in my performance, my energy, everything. So I think when there was just that time, that opportunity, I just took it and went with it. And even throughout lockdown as well, because I went from working in the gym, which was still self-employed, but not completely, because you still have to go somewhere, obviously.
You're like hanging by someone else, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're still at an establishment where you have to conduct yourself in a certain way. So I definitely think even lockdown was another opportunity for me to just dive in deeper to what I really wanted to do and just to take that extra step to go fully off my own back.
So for people that don't know, Bella has an amazing company. She's a a sensational entrepreneur, and I always forget how young you are. She's honestly so mature, way beyond her years. For people who don't know, tell us a little bit about Weight Watchers. What is it? What inspired you to start it? Because do you know what? It's such a niche market. Like, I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah.
You do the talk.
So yeah, I am the founder of Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers is a weight gain community that helps people gain healthy weight. And the reason why I created this community was, being a personal trainer in the fitness industry, I found that everything was so weight loss centered. And if it was weight gain, it was just how to build a bum, but that was it. It wasn't just like more about your diet, how to actually gain healthy weight. So yeah, like I said, being a personal trainer, I was just feeling like everything was weight loss centered, and wanted to make a difference, because I went on my own weight gain journey and I just really struggled, because there wasn't anywhere that you could really go to, or like a community where you're like, oh, okay, yeah, people go through this as well. You feel like very alone. So I wanted to take that away. I wanted to highlight the fact that even skinny shaming affects skinny people on the other side of the spectrum. And it's something that I think people usually just don't think about, I guess, like, are a bit insensitive to. So I just wanted to create that change and create that space for people. And yeah, it's been really amazing.
I feel like people definitely do neglect that market of like trying to gain weight, because it's like, oh, well, you're slim. Why would you want to gain weight? I'm trying to be like you. But then, like you said, a healthy way, I think that's such an important like point to say, because I might be like really slim, but I want to be strong. Exactly. And being slim doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy, but for those people that want to gain that weight in a healthy way and be strong and live like a healthy lifestyle, because I feel like your whole image and your brand is not just about, okay, how do you gain weight? It's like mental, all of that. Like, talk to us about the mindset, and how do you, because with me, I wouldn't say I'm a motivated person. I'd say I'm a disciplined person, which makes me look like I'm motivated because I just get the shit done. Yeah. But what's the mindset? Like, what do you do on your daily that gets you out of bed in the morning and says, you know what, I've got to do this?
I would definitely agree with you, to be honest with you. Like, motivation is such a false thing, in the sense where it's only a feeling, right? So it's like being happy or being sad. It's a feeling that's very temporary. So you can't count on being motivated all the time, because it's like saying you're trying to be happy every single day of your life. Exactly. And there's never going to be a time when you're going to experience anything else. So I think definitely being disciplined is, of course, the way to go forward, and just having a why that is strong enough for you to get up and to not make excuses and to not put it off or to procrastinate. And yeah, having something that's worth your time makes you actually want to get up, because when you're doing something, like I said earlier, if I'm not doing something that's really aligned with me, I'm not going to have that discipline and that drive to want to do it, because it's not of interest to me. I don't feel like it's going to add to me. But something that, again, is going to make me want to do something, like creating Weight Watchers, creating that space for people, that makes you want to get up and do the things that you need to do.
Yeah. Do you do anything in your daily life? Like, I know, like, you journal and you meditate and all that. Like, talk to
Grand
us about
rising,
that.
Honey. Grand rising.
Grand rising,
Yes.
for sure.
So I like to start the day with a grand rising, of course. So it usually consists of journaling, meditating, and some reading. On a good day, I'll do some yoga as well. But yeah, they're my like 3 staples I feel like when I just do those, my day is just on track, everything. And even the last week, so obviously, you know, I come back from Jamaica last week, things were a bit crazy. Yeah, so this week has been a very, very soft week returning back. My sleeping pattern has been a mess and everything. And today was the first day where I actually did a proper grand rising again, because I was like, right, I need to get back into some normality. And honestly, I don't know what it is, but doing that again, I feel like these rituals are so important in your life, because I don't know why, but it just like, it sets you up for the day. Do you know what I mean? So when I do that, I just feel so much more ready, like so much less anxious to start my day and everything. So I think it's really important for anyone. The way you start your day is definitely super, super important. And if you're someone that snoozes your alarm, you wake up late, the first thing you do is look at your phone. Those are the things that are just going to wake up and, I don't know, feel like you're in some sort of chaos.
Yeah. So, and that's where you need the discipline to like stop doing that, because it's not easy.
No. It's not easy. But once you do get into that routine, you'll realize how beneficial it is, and it will make you want to do it. And when you realize that, okay, life is a bit shaky, you'll realize that you need to go back to those things to get that order back into your life.
Do you think that helps with, like, I don't know, with your like anxiety, because that's like a booming topic, mental health, mental illness, anxiety, depression, all of that. I get anxious about the dumbest things. Yeah. And I read somewhere that like, even if what you're anxious about, even if the worst was to happen, you still wouldn't feel as crap as you do when you're anxious. Does all of this stuff that you do kind of help with like your...
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it just helps you start your day with ease. And even meditating anyway, I use, like, if I am feeling really anxious or stressed at some point, I try and just find some time to just take some breaths and really go into about it. But I think it definitely helps. And I think a lot of people, a lot of things help different people with anxiety. But I think becoming more aware of yourself and really how you're feeling, exactly, having that self-awareness and knowing what works for you, knowing what doesn't work for you, helps you manage those things better.
Do you like talk about that with your Weight Watchers community?
Yeah, definitely. So like you said earlier, we don't just focus on weight gain, which is essentially just eating more, right? Because it's a lifestyle change and everything is always so much more than just one thing. So looking after your mindset, looking after your mental health are things that are going to, for example, help with your appetite, help with your anxiety level, your stress level. So everything starts with your mindset. So we think it's very, very important to make sure that our clients are working on their mindset and not just the direct things that are going to help them gaining weight, like eating more food, etc.
I feel like as well, when I look at you and like your socials and everything that you do, you're like the epitome of the person that, you know, now like everyone wants to work out work-life balance. So they want to make their job their passion, their lifestyle, their this, their that. And this is why I really did want you on my first episode, because I think you literally are the embodiment of that. How did you do that? How did you just say, do you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Because when you quit your 9 to 5 or your whatever, then it's just on you. You're accountable for yourself. You answer to yourself.
Yeah.
What is like when the days you're not motivated as well?
Yeah.
What pushes
you? Know what?
you?
It's really hard. I can't lie to you. And I feel like it's probably within the last year and a half that I've really been able to ace it. And even now, sometimes I still struggle. But I think the main thing is with me now is that I really just go with the flow. And even if I have a day or a week planned for certain things, if life doesn't go that way,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like, and I just go with the flow of, like, for example, this week, right? This week I was like, it's going to be my full transition week back into normality, fix my sleeping schedule, this, that. It absolutely didn't happen. Yeah. But this week I also ended up doing like some crazy midnight work sessions where I was working till like 5 a.m. And those are like, I'm not a night person. So I usually work during the day, but like I said, that's just the way the days went, the week went. And I feel like I needed that week because Jamaica was crazy and it was 2 weeks of absolute madness.
Whoever was on her close friend stories, it was a movie.
Yeah, it was a real movie, literally. So I feel like I needed that week to just not to put too much pressure on myself. I still got stuff done. We launched a recipe book for
oh my God, yes,
on Monday,
which is
going to be amazing. So we just created our second recipe book, which has over 60 high calorie recipes broken down.
How many?
60 recipes.
There, girl.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we put in some lazy meals as well because, honey, we
like
know.
Like you said, life doesn't go.
Exactly. Not everybody wants to make a 5-star gourmet meal every day. You know what I mean?
I'm one of those, not everybody.
Exactly. So, yeah, we've got a section for lazy meals as well. So we launched that during the week too. Had some great times with my friends, catching up, managed to do work. So I just go with the flow. Like, I still have my intentions, have my plans, and I think routine is very important. But I also think it's important to just let life kind of don't be too hard on yourself if you've had something planned, like, because at the end of the day, most of the time, if you've had something planned, if you don't get it done on that day or that week or whatever, unless you literally have a deadline of the next day, usually it's not the end of the world. Like, usually it's actually really not that deep for you to change it for the following week or just to move some things around to fit what's literally going on right now. So yeah, just to not be so hard on yourself, let things go with the flow, and just listen to your body as well. Like, if your body's telling you that, you know, you want to be up and out with your friends, then that's what you need to do. You need to, you know, replenish that social, be around people that you love, make you feel good. If your body's telling you, hey, tonight we're going to be up till 5 a.m. doing some work because you've got some creative vibes going on, then that's what you do, you know? Yeah,
that's so true. Would you, like, in school, did it fit your agenda in your mind? I kind of know anyway, because you talk a lot on your stories, and I love it I love that you do that so much, because we get to see your personality, and I'm trying to do this here. But was it part of your, like, did it fit your agenda, like the structure in that sense, or the authority?
I was not who I am now in school.
No way, really?
At all. Like, I was so not someone for school. I think, which is really evident. But no, I don't think so. I think I was really
Did anything happen like with teachers? You know how when I hear
just
stories
didn't
of like
care.
teachers saying like, oh, you're not going to do this, you're not going to achieve this, you're not going to be anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I find that wild.
Yeah. I just really didn't care, I think, to be honest. I think I always had a mindset where you treat everybody the same, but also in a respect where just because someone's a teacher, like if they're
It's
still
true.
just being a negative
What?
person
Yeah.
or just, you know, I feel like people need to realize that teachers can really be jobs worth sometimes, like, and just so extra for no reason. So I
Yeah.
feel like I definitely let that loose when I was in school. But yeah, there was teachers that I really got on with because I was really interested in the subject, or again, something that I wasn't interested in, I just wouldn't have a care for. So I might have been a little bit destructive or whatever. So there was definitely times where I clashed, but I must say, like, my head of year, especially in my second school, because I changed schools.
No, yeah. Me and Bella used to go to the same school, by the way.
Fun fact.
And we didn't even know.
No.
We didn't know until we reunited from a mutual.
Last year. Can you believe that's last year? Like,
I can't believe it.
already.
When I got my Snap memories, I was like, no, this was a year ago.
I know. Oh my God, 2021 was lit.
It was.
But yeah, so my second school, definitely, like, my head of year really believed in me. I feel like he really saw that I had something in me. I was just not projecting it in the best ways. So I think he was really one of the main reasons, one, I finished school and didn't get kicked out. But also, I guess, still kind of tried, because I feel like there's definitely times in school where you're just like...
Yeah, because school is kind of like a one-size-fits-all.
Exactly.
And in life, when you go into the outside world, it doesn't work like that. So if you fit inside that school curriculum, amazing, like, great for you. It's kind of easier in that sense because you've been set up to... But then if you don't, there's so many other things out there to do.
Exactly. And
it's
I think
just
there's
getting
so many
that
things in school that don't help you or benefit you in any real way in real life. That, I don't know, it's just one of those things that you just got to do, right?
It's true. It's true, because I didn't learn about taxes. I didn't learn about mortgage. I didn't learn about none of this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But instead, Pythagoras theorem. Yeah? Okay. When have you ever had to use that in life?
Oh, like the other day.
You know what I mean? And even like with maths anyway, like everybody's got calculators these days. You know, I think besides English, maybe.
Simple maths as well, in the sense.
Yeah.
I get you.
Like, what is there really?
Yeah. Is there like three, you don't have to name three, but some specific core values that are inside like your soul that make you who you are? Like, what's your mantra, or like your values that you stick by, you don't compromise all the time?
Do you know what? I would say something that's definitely become more of my core value over the past couple of years is really just, if it's not aligning with me, then I'm not putting energy there. And that's with either something that's work related, something with my friends, even when it comes to relationships or getting to know people. Like, if it's just not something that's aligning with me, it's not by force. And that, I would say, is one of my mantras, is nothing, absolutely nothing in this life is by force.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's going back to me just going with the flow of things as well. I think even if something originally looked like it was going to be great and going this way, if later on it doesn't match up and it doesn't feel right, it is what it is.
The amount of times that's happened to me, life was like,
what it is.
God was like, you think it's going to happen like this?
Right, exactly.
Sit back down, girl. I'll teach you.
Exactly. Even with university, because, you know,
do
people know you're going to be going to university?
No, they don't. So this is an exclusive for me and Bella.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be going back to uni next year in September. Funnily enough, to become a teacher. So like, when I talk about school and stuff, it's always to get an insight for myself. I don't want to make the same mistakes that other teachers made. And sometimes it's, unintentional stuff, but it's even what parents do as well. They say little stuff and you're it sticks inside you. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah, so I was meant to be going to university. I was actually meant to be starting in September, which was, again, a very random thing. I think I still like education. It's just the way mainstream education system, let's say, is set up, that I guess didn't really work with me at the time. But I definitely think now university is something that would be a lot more tailored for who I can manage it a lot better. So I was gonna go this year to study psychology, but life again just said, you know what, Bells, not right now.
Here's another opportunity,
and I decided to go with that instead, which is me gonna be out in Kenya doing some fitness classes and stuff, working out with a fitness company out there.
Don't say it so calmly.
until the end of the year.
Yeah, Bella's out literally living her best life. Like she travels. Tell us about Mexico and all these places.
Yes. Okay. All right. So from 2021, so I was meant to go to Mexico for a month by myself just because the UK was bad vibes after coronavirus. Bad vibes. So went there, lived my absolutely best life, and then my flight got cancelled on the way back. Ended up staying there.
Bella misses all her flights, by the way. I'm just saying. She does miss
There was no need for all of that. Really and truly. But
this is like the back reason why she's becoming an entrepreneur, because she's going to buy her own private jet. So the plane is going to wait for her.
Money made, baby. Come on.
For sure.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So I ended up staying there for like 4 months. It was amazing. Went back because made some great friends out there. One of my friends was still out there. So I went back for her birthday for a few weeks later on in the year. And then this year I was actually meant to go to Colombia at the start of the year, but I had some personal things go on, decided not to go, which again, something that I feel like a few years ago I would have been really, really fuming about, but I really just kind of understood that, again, do you know what? This is just not the right time. It's not like I'm never going to travel again.
Yeah.
Realistically, come on. So I didn't go, and then ended up getting this work opportunity in Kenya. So I was there for a few weeks in February.
She's already been out 4 times out the year, just to let you guys know.
Yeah.
Love that.
Great. It's a blessing. Do you know what? Honestly, I feel so grateful, and I'm so glad that I started traveling from a young age, because I don't see traveling as such a big thing anymore. Even doing like big trips, like all the way around the world, they just seem very
natural.
Yeah, just like, yes, this is what I deserve, babes. This is the life that I should be living. And I don't know what it is about traveling, but it literally just makes my soul so happy.
It sets my soul on fire.
Yeah,
I love it.
Exactly, which is why I decided to take the Kenya trip over obviously going to university, because I feel like it's something that I didn't have to go to university for any reason. I was going.
You can always go.
Yeah, I was going because I literally liked the subject, and it would help me more with work just because I'd have a degree on paper. But really, there was nothing that it was like, okay, I need a degree to go to the next step in my life. So that's why it wasn't such a hard decision for me to be like, okay, it's something that I can put off and do another time when I'm back in the UK, even do an open university, because to be honest, I'm not really
because you work remotely as well.
Exactly.
So like you've been able to create this type of lifestyle where you can do all this traveling and work at the same time,
which is honestly, I think that's what I was really destined for, like to travel. Like I've always had a love for travel, and I've always wanted to do something that can allow me to travel and do things and help people whilst I travel. So to have created that, and at such a young age, and now could be a point where, okay, this is it. Like I'm just going to be coming back to the UK to visit. And
but how did you get like these balls of steel? Because like you're saying it like it's so calm, and everyone is probably thinking, yeah, but I want to know how. Like I want the nitty gritty. Like what inside you? What just made you say fuck this shit? Like I'm doing it.
Do you know what it is? Honestly, it is a part of my personality. I just have a very fuck it personality. Like I just, if I'm gonna do something, I'm just like, cool, I'll do it. Like even with the choice of me going university in the first place, literally one day I was just like, do you know what? I'm just gonna go university, and I just applied and did it real quick. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, it is a part of my personality. But at the same time, especially with traveling, I think because I started so young, I went on my first like holiday with my friends when I was like 16. In 2020, I did a volunteering trip around South America. So I feel like once you've done it a few times, you just kind of get that confidence. But you just have to believe in yourself, like believe in your source, believe in your confidence. Like if that's what you want to do, then you have to believe that you're able to do that, and you're someone that can go out. But again, like I think it's very important as well to know yourself and to actually like yourself. Yeah, because it's actually hard. Like I think a lot of people aren't made to just go away by themselves and, you know, be in an environment where they're essentially making all the decisions by themselves and choosing things, because everything isn't for everyone, right? But if you are that person and you do like yourself and you spent time with yourself, then go and book the trip. Yeah. Go and book the trip.
It's so important to like yourself.
Yeah, because if you don't, then it's going to be very awkward, because you're going to go away and realize, oh my God.
Yeah. While you were doing this whole, I guess it's still like an ongoing thing, isn't it? Like self-awareness, self-motivation, discipline, etc. What are some of the things that you left behind? Like, was you a people pleaser? Did you have to leave toxic people? Was you procrastinating a lot? Like, what?
Do you know what? I would probably say I left behind a lot of hurt. I was actually, I think where most people maybe are people pleasers and have to learn to set boundaries and stuff, I think I was actually the opposite way. So I was very independent, very shut off from people. So I had to actually learn to be more open and to be more loving and trusting and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I definitely left behind a lot of hurt and a lot of closeness, I would say, to other people. Like I was just very shut off with my emotions, whether it was good or bad, to be honest with you. I just was very close. Like, yeah, you couldn't get too close to me. And that was literally with anyone. So I feel like I had to learn to be, like I said, more loving, more open, more trusting to people, and trusting situations, trusting my own intuition as well. So yeah, there's definitely some things
why do we go against our gut?
I don't know, but honestly, recently I've really been working on just listening to myself, and it's the best thing that you can ever do. Because especially, like I said, if you're in tune with yourself, you're self-aware, because you're not going to play yourself. Because you know if something is really working for you or if something's not working for you, and then you can make those intuitive decisions rather than making decisions based on maybe who you think you should be or decisions you think you should be making based on something that's not truly aligned with who you are.
Yeah. And as a sensational entrepreneur that you are, what's the catch to being an entrepreneur? Because I know it's like, it looks like the glitz and the glam and everything.
Yeah.
But what?
The work rate doesn't stop, really. I think that's
I was just talking about that with my friend.
Yeah, actually. I think that's what it is. Like, it just doesn't really stop. And even when you do take breaks and stuff like that, there's just still stuff to be done. Do you know what I mean? And as we were talking about earlier, when it comes to discipline and stuff, like, you do have to be disciplined. Like, if you're not doing it, no one's going to do it. And it's just not going to get done. And it will affect your business, whether it's a small way and a big way. But obviously, if it's something that you get into a habit of doing, then it's just going to keep having a negative impact, and it's really going to stall the growth of your business. So I think the more disciplined, the more consistent you are, and the better routine you have, it's going to make it a lot easier for you. But it is hard, and there's going to be days where you're just like, what?
I can imagine.
Exactly. But then if you build it up enough, then there's going to be days where you can just take a respite, do the bare minimum, and, do you know what I mean, still execute beautifully.
I love the way you talk.
Oh, thanks, girl.
You're so like seamless and everything. What's because I feel like when people are successful, they have like this one thing that they always go back to. Like, do you have like an inspirational mantra or like a quote, or is there something that you specifically live by? I know you said never compromising yourself and like staying true to yourself, but is there one, or is there something you could, like 3 tips that you say to people and give out there just to like follow their dreams or take that little step?
I would definitely say one thing that I would advise to people is to look around who you're surrounded by, because the people you're surrounded by really do make a difference. I think I've had to shred a few friends over the last few years, and they've really been replaced with friends that have really helped me grow in so many levels. And I love a friendship where we can lift each other with work, with business, whatever it is we're doing. In that sense, we can get lit together, we can have good times, we can, talk about deeper things, maybe spirituality, like what's really going on in real life. And to have that real balance in a friendship is something that's so important, and that's really going to help you grow. So I'd say definitely make sure you're around people that inspire you to be a better person. I think sometimes we don't realize, maybe because we've known someone for such a long time or whatever, that they're actually,
it's the guilt as well,
right? That they're actually not the best person to be around. Maybe they're just like very low vibrational, don't have a good energy, very negative. Even they might be toxic with other people, maybe not with you, because again, you're their like good friend or whatever, but still just make sure that you're around people that really inspire you to be better, to have fun with, love with, and that you trust as well.
For sure, mate. If you hang around with 4 millionaires, you're going to be the 5th.
Exactly.
Likewise, when it comes to mentality, like everything, I totally agree with that. Sorry. I feel like as well, you're very, I'd say, put together. Is it kind of like lonely being, I don't know, like your own boss, or just doing your grind?
It definitely can be. I feel like until recently, so when I was in Mexico, I met 3 amazing people. We formed a group, little 245 shout out. And they're all amazing, beautiful entrepreneurs. And I feel like having that now network has definitely made things better for me, because having your own business is different to working a 9 to 5. So when you're speaking to friends that have a 9 to 5, there's no relation. They're just kind of like, oh, okay, or oh, that must be hard, or do you know, like there's just, they can't really do much, and you can't really blame them because you're literally in different situations. So I think definitely it can be, if you're not, again, like I said, surrounded by people that are doing similar things, even if it's not the same business, but just have a business or starting something up by themselves. I think it's really important to have that, so you have people that you can talk to, that they can relate to you, and also that you can just kind of grow together as well. I think it's really important when you're starting out. So it can be very lonely, but luckily now I've got a pretty good network of women around me that are doing their own thing, have their own businesses, and we have really great friendships.
That is so nice. Love that for you, Bella.
It is. It's honestly a blessing. Like, truly, the people you're around, like, really can just help you or hold you back in life. And I think, luckily for me, the people that I've been around have really helped me grow over the past 2 years. And yeah, I feel like 2 years ago, everything that's happened in my life wouldn't have said. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like, I'm just so grateful for that.
I'm so happy for you. Flipping hell. I think to like wrap up on, is there anything with like Weight Watchers and your personal stuff that you want to tell people? Is there anything coming up for you?
Yes. You know what, with Weight Watchers.
Can we have some exclusives, please?
Yes. Okay. Do you know what? I'm giving you a real exclusive. So to be honest, first of all, me going back to Kenya for 6 months is actually an exclusive drop as well, because
6 months?
June, babes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll send you the invite for the Lliving party.
Oh my Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's an exclusive job in my personal life. So it's going to be extended to 6 months now. So I'll be there till the end of the year, potentially longer, because you know
what are you doing
there? So there's a fitness company out there where they do classes throughout the week, kind of like CrossFit vibe. So I'm just going to be over there as one of their trainers there. They've just opened up a new location in June. So when I go there, I'm going to be going and taking over the new location.
And you're still going to be motivating everyone here, there, and everywhere.
Yes,
because she's got clients all over the world.
Global, period.
I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for coming and being my first guest. Bella's like one of the most amazing people ever. So I'm so happy that you came. I'm so happy that you came to in the group chat. Yeah, like I said in the beginning, these types of conversations that we're having, I want to spark with other people, because I just think it's so vital and so important. And it might be uncomfortable, but they need to be said. And sometimes, you know what, you need to check yourself and be in tune with yourself, because sometimes your friends and family, they might not do it.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
you need to be aware of yourself.
You do. Honestly, I feel like that's my new mantra: discipline and self-awareness.
Yeah.
And sometimes like just go with the flow. It's going to be okay.
Go with the flow. Everything will work out. And I think, honestly, that's the biggest thing. Like, even if you've had something planned and it doesn't go according to plan, or the timeline doesn't work the same, like, just trust in yourself and in the universe that it will work out and things will be the way they was always meant to be.
Manifest good vibes.
Period.
Thank you so much, guys. The new podcast in the group chat, soon to be the best podcast in the world.
Yes.
First episode done. Thank you so much, Bella.